Welcome back
to another episode of
Sarcastically Serious.
I'm James.
And I'm Sean. Let's go, bitch.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's up, man?
Technical difficulties 2.0.
I'm fucking so over this shit. I'm fuck this podcast.
If anybody's looking for a production assistant, Sean's looking for work.
I'm ready to burn this house down.
Don't do that. You don't have nowhere for all the immigrants to live.
Please, burn
By the way, Sean's taking applications if you need a place to hide, kind of like the Underground Railroad.
Yeah. Only if you're an illegal immigrant.
Yeah.
I promise I won't tell ICE.
Yeah. Ice, baby. Have you seen that video going around?
Yes, the chick driving right next to the protest.
God.
Good for her.
Protests are ridiculous.
Yeah.
But on a side note, how's everything been going, Sean? It's been 2 weeks. We're here doing another episode.
2 weeks. You fucking lying bastard.
How long has it been?
A month, or it's been a little over
3 weeks.
No, it was like January.
Dude, just let me fucking roll with it.
It was January 5th, because it was the day before my brother's birthday, and today is February 7th.
Yes.
Yeah, so a month, bitch.
And it's 2:22 p.m.
Boom. And we've been working on this since
1:22
p.m. A fucking hour wasted.
But anyways, a lot of crazy shit happening.
Yeah, man.
A lot of stuff to cover. Don't have enough time.
No, never.
Never have enough time. But yeah, so DOGE is
kicking ass.
Kicking ass.
Yeah.
Taking names.
My stocks are... Oh, you meant the government.
Yeah. Yeah, stocks are great. I don't have any, but everything's looking on the up and up.
I think I still got like 150 shares
in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're back in the west wing of the Bagby Estates.
God.
And upper west corner.
Oh, wow.
And he needs to get the air condition fixed in this bitch.
Yeah, it's not even on.
Oh, well, that's the problem. He can't afford it because,
Are you really hot?
Am I?
Every
I'm
time you
warm.
come to my house, you're like, I'm cold, I'm freezing, I'm cold.
Yeah.
And now it's finally warmed up outside. You look, I'm hot.
So So how's it been with the whole landscape thing? Since you don't have any help around here anymore, you can't get the new pool house built because all the help's gone.
Yeah, ICE has picked them all up,
and
that's why I need to bring some in.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna house you. The unhoused are gonna be housed here. But no, like the argument that everybody's making: who's gonna pick your crops? Who's gonna build your houses? Who's gonna cut your yards? And I'm like,
you're fucking kids.
The same fucking people that have always done it. Yeah. They're not. Everybody's like, oh, they're gonna scoop everybody up, put them in a bus, and haul them out. One, we can't physically do that. There's not enough people that work for ICE, work for detention, work for any government association that could round everybody up. That's just not gonna happen. But I think they're honestly, well, the way I look at it, they're concentrating on the ones that have records, ones that have been jailed once here already, or are known to be criminals or pedophiles or everything that's wrong.
But that's only the ones they know of.
Yeah,
there's so many they don't know.
Oh, I know. But, and I get the argument, like, how do you justify one versus the other? Yes, they're here unlawfully. I get that. But they've been here unlawfully. The guys that have been here for 10, 15, 20 years, if they're legitimate, doing their thing, just being regular people, raising a family, have a job, whatever, leave them be. Is it wrong to start at a certain time frame, like we'll say 5 years ago? Is it wrong to do it then? I don't know. I know how I feel about it. I think we should start with the worst of the worst, the ones that we do know have documentation on of where they're about. But I've seen videos like, oh, they're rounding them up at construction sites. I've seen one or two of those videos. Maybe they're going in there with 10 guys looking for one guy, and everybody starts running or everybody starts panicking, thinking they're about to get deported. I get that. But are they actually doing that? We don't know. Once again, we're mushrooms. We get left in the dark, get fed shit, and that's how the government treats us.
Well, I mean, I look at it like this. If you came here legally and you're paying your dues 100%, you're fine. And a lot of people are under the misconception of, it doesn't matter if you're legal or illegal, you're going to be deported. ICE is going to fuck with you.
You're out of here, bitch.
Yeah. And that's not the case. This country is founded upon immigrants, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you look at people that are here illegally. How do I feel about that? Deporting them? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And everybody we have in containment right now, deport them. Hurry up, get it over and done with. Put them on a bus, put them back over the border, done. And give all of them a card. If they're not a piece of shit with a criminal record, right? They're just here trying to live the American dream. Give them all a card. Hey, call this number, get in line, and we'll start the process for you to come over here legally. Period. And you want to come to this country, you want to pay your dues, and
you want to get in the club.
Yeah.
You want to be part of the club?
Yeah, you can join.
You get all the benefits. It's like we're being at Sam's. You want discounted fucking 55-gallon drum of milk? We got you.
We'll give you your own card. It's green, but we'll give it to you, and here you go.
Yeah, you get all the benefits. You join our club.
So,
but there's a process.
There's a process, and it's spitting on everyone's. I mean, it's just basically everyone who has came over here legally and gone through that process. It's spitting in their face. It's like, fuck you. I can do it my own way. I don't need to do it the way you did it, and blah blah blah.
Yep.
And then like the protest, them burning the American flags and all that shit, and holding up a Mexican flag, Mexico flag, I should say. Go to fucking Mexico, burn a Mexico flag, and hold up an American flag, and see what in the fuck happens to you. You're going to get pushed 500 feet by a fucking water hose.
Curb stomped.
Yeah, by a water hose down the road. They're just going to spray you with a fucking fire hose. And then they're going to pick you up, handcuff you, chain you to the back of their truck, drag you to the fucking jail, and throw you in there and just leave you there for years.
Put that much effort into it. I think they're just going to shoot them.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Pablo, boom!
They take it very serious. And here, we've had so many fucking crybabies and bitches in office that's allowed it to where it's freedom of speech. No, the fuck it is not. I'm sorry, I'll calm down. It annoys me. It does. It really annoys me. I'm not, the biggest patriotic whatever, but I'm a firm believer in loving your country and supporting your country and being patriotic. And when I see that and people allow that, it just enrages me.
Right. But like you said, we've had a lot of local stuff, not here, in the city, but I think Gainesville, Doraville, those areas, a lot of big Mexican communities in the general area. And that's just, they migrate like that for whatever reason. There's certain parts of Atlanta that are predominantly black, some that are white, and it's just a mixture. It's just how we've always done it. And I call it fucking modern days.
We have Asians in
certain communities.
A lot of areas, yeah.
Like if you go up 85, corridor just north of Atlanta, there's a certain part of town off of 85, Buford Highway. You go down Buford Highway, and it is nothing but Asian shops.
Yeah.
Asian signs,
stores. I mean, grocery stores, shops, everything. It's the whole community.
It's like Little China.
Yeah.
Or Little Asia, whatever. I was
going to say the same thing you have in New York, Chinatown.
Yeah, same thing.
So it's just everywhere has had little areas that have their local, communities.
Right.
Of other not like-minded.
Same race. I don't know.
I don't believe
because Spanish-speaking folk aren't all Mexicans, right? It's spoken all across the world, but predominantly in South America.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, what I was getting to was those
areas,
communities that were protesting about ICE, immigration, things like that. One, I'm like, they broke the law, so be it. But like you said, they're waving Mexican flags.
Yeah.
I have nothing wrong with Mexico. I have plenty of Mexican friends back at home. My first friends were Mexican. We talked about that before.
I just got back from Mexico.
Yeah, you did. See? He went to go see what it was all about, and he says, there's nothing wrong here. He's all about moving out.
This is what new Mexicans look like. I went to go visit old Mexicans.
The OGs. But no, like you said, they were waving Mexican flags, and I'm like, I get it. They have Mexican pride. I said, but why shouldn't you have this is me critiquing it, having, those half flags that are kind of like half Mexican, half American, whatever, vice versa, or whatever other country you're proud of. Just like my mom, she has an American flag on her flagpole, and she has a German
swastika
flag. A swastika on one side, and she has a German flag below it. And I think that's great, and she has pride.
And every day she goes out there and she salutes the flag.
Yeah. I love you all.
Hell, America.
Elon, I love you. Goodbye.
We're fucking canceled.
But no, it's one of those things. I'm like, I'm glad they're protesting. You know, whatever. You know,
I
that's.
don't know if that's angled too low. I want to play with you.
It's all good. We'll roll with it. No, but they're supporting Mexican Americans or Mexican immigrants. I get it. Whatever. I would support them too. I said I believe that they're. In the back of my head, I want to say 50% are honest, hardworking people that don't want to milk the system. That's me being optimistic about it. It's probably less than that, realistically. But we honestly don't have a clear number of how many illegal immigrants, whether you be from Mexico or any other part of the world, are in our country, because there's no documentation on it. Yes, they have documents, but it is not clear and straight. We can't go and call, immigration. Hey, can I get a printout of everybody that has crossed our borders in the last 4 years?
Right.
We can't get it. They might be able to provide us something, but I would guess it'd be very inaccurate.
Do you know under which president had the most deportations in our lifetime?
In our lifetime? Mm-hmm.
This will surprise you.
Initially, I'd say Obama, because he had our sitting president, our past president Biden, had the least amount in the last 15 years. And I want to say Obama's there. Possibly Clinton, but I think Clinton was pro-immigration. I really don't know. What is it?
100% Clinton.
Clinton?
Clinton, in his 2 terms, 8 years, had over 12 million deportations. They averaged 1.2 million deported illegal aliens every year. Trump or Obama came in as a close second, and even though they preached all this pro bullshit and to help people out, they deported more people than anyone. Obama, I think, was 9 million.
But it wasn't publicized.
No, fuck no.
Not like
but
it is.
It's easily Google.
Oh, I know.
Before they start changing shit to fit the narrative, Google it right now and Wikipedia, all that stuff. And even though it's probably still fudged, it shows right now. Then Biden's administration didn't do much of shit. Trump's administration in his first term, I think we were at. I'm gonna stretch and say 5 million, but it was less than that. But so it was. No, it wasn't 5 million. It was under 4 million because it was under $1 million a year average. 1 year, I think they did hit $1 million. But
that's crazy. Think about it. What does it cost us per head to move them back to wherever?
I don't know, but I do know this: jail.
We'll just say it's $1.
Well,
that's $1 million a year we're spending.
But when you put someone in jail and incarcerate someone, about 7 years ago, I'd looked it up, and it was about $50,000 average, national average, for taxpayers to house one inmate. That's essentially what they are, right? They're inmates being held at a detention center.
Right.
So $50,000 a year. That's for security. That's for food. That's for clothes. That's for whatever. I mean, but let's just say we're not clothing them. We're not doing all that. Let's just say we're half-assing with them. Say $25,000 a year per person, and we have well over $1 million. That's over $25 million.
A lot of wasteful spending, it sounds like, Sean.
Just having them. And speaking of wasteful spending,
spam risk.
What do you think about the USAID shit?
DOGE. I'm gonna start calling it DOGE, like dude.
Dude, like Doogie Howser.
Yeah. No, DOGE is under a lot of fire, of course, and of course everything DOGE is doing is racist and homophobic and any phobia you could call it. It is.
And you got an African leading it.
Yeah. But no, it's a lot. It's
or
funny.
Or should we call him African American?
I've been watching a lot of the confirmation hearings. I know you haven't,
correct.
Because you're at work actually making real money, versus me at home fucking twiddling my thumbs.
Whose hands are cleaner?
I know my fucking ain't.
Well.
Yeah, exactly. No, the confirmation hearings were all those confirmation hearings, I watched them during Biden and Trump's first go around. I didn't watch them as much during Trump's first go, but it's all it is a show, pony and
Dog and pony show.
dog and pony show.
Yep.
That's all it is. It's fucking who could yap the loudest and say the most odd, random shit to make someone look like a piece of shit.
Yep.
So I watched RFK, watched him, watched who's the crazy Indian wannabe lady,
I don't know.
Warren.
Yeah, Elizabeth
Warren. She was asking RFK, "Will you sit here and tell us you won't go after pharmaceutical companies and blah blah?" And I'm like, so you're asking this man to say out loud that he won't go after pharmaceutical companies for just about anything?
Right.
That's what she's specifically asking.
Right.
And then
She's wanting a pardon for the whole pharmaceutical families.
she didn't get on that list.
Companies, families, and their great grandkids.
But I watched all that, and then they had I don't remember the gentleman's name, the Indian guy. He's going to be head of FBI, something Patel, and he got asked what specific question was it that just I was like, damn it, I always do this when we get on the mic, so I draw blanks, and I have it in the back of my head.
Ticka. On the mic, y'all.
Bernie Sanders. He specifically asked, how do you word it so I don't butcher it? Damn it. Drawing a blank. Either way, DOGE is under attack for everything. They are uncovering so much misspending, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. Me and Sean talked earlier this morning, and I'm like, dude, this is just unraveling at this point. This is very similar to when Elon bought Twitter.
Yeah.
And it was super valued at some crazy dollar amount. When he broke it down, he's like, well, if this is true and you actually have this many true members that are not bots or, scammers or whatever, then it's only going to get devalued. Right. But he bought it at full face value because he saw what it could possibly be turned into, something more fluid versus...
And there might be something on the back end of that, but it really hadn't changed. It's exactly what it is, except the name changed, right?
Well, he took down all the protective layers of you can't basically say anything against whatever is left wing or liberal or anything. Yeah. He opened it up, and it's kind of like
all that
Wild West.
was controlled algorithms. They had controlled algorithms in place that would automatically... whenever you typed something out and posted it, it would automatically flag it and take it down to where it couldn't be seen. All he did was take that down. So essentially, the platform's exactly the same. New name and not pussyfooting it. I mean, just so to speak. But there might be something on the back end, and he has expressed how this could be used, and since it's such a big platform and everyone's on it, but we haven't seen anything yet, right? I can't wait. I can't wait until that changes, because guess who it's gonna be? It's gonna be fucking Facebook. It's gonna fuck them in the ass,
right?
And you like Zuckerberg, how he's now taking away the fact checkers as much and all this shit. And I know he went under a lot of scrutiny with it, and he's sucking Trump's dick. Yeah, because he sees what the fuck's going to happen. He's trying to get in line.
So we've had all this DEI stuff happen in the last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's backtracking their DEI programs and this and that because it's not, I don't know if it was popular at one time. In my opinion, it wasn't to me, because everybody should be hired, fired, and everything based on merit-based.
No.
It's society. It's simple. It's common sense. It's logical. It's all that good stuff. And everybody's, pussyfooting. Oh, DEI is going to take away from, colored folk, people that have less of a better upbringing and so on. And
less of a chance because of the color of their skin.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
But it's easy for us white people to say that because we were born in a very enriched society with easygoing lifestyles.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. I've never been to jail.
I haven't either.
No, but that kills me, because you'll have people out here trying to fight for people who are oppressed, and they're doing all this bullshit and fighting, And then when it comes down to it and you get into a somewhat of a dialect with them, they're like, oh, it's because they don't have a chance. Why not? Because they're black. What the fuck did you just say? I mean, that's racist as fuck. That shows me you are actually racist and you're trying to pander to someone because they're a different skin tone or ethnic background or whatever. How are y'all not seeing this shit? I think more and more people are seeing it nowadays, and I think that's why Trump got reelected. I think a lot of people who are the minorities actually started to see that shit a lot on the Democratic side and these fucking white liberals.
He was exposing the games that they're playing, that they're trying to manipulate.
They're trying to manipulate people for the vote so they can keep them in check. And that's bullshit. I think a black man and a white man have just the same right and the same opportunity in this country if they both apply themselves. And I don't think the government needs to intervene and go, well, your company needs one more minority, so don't hire the white guy because he's got better accolades. Hire the black guy. I think that's bullshit.
Just so our numbers are even.
And then if it's reversed, we have enough minority. Let me hire the white dude because, he's a white guy.
Yeah, better
but
engineer.
the black guy has better accolades. I think that's bullshit. I think people need to get off all this bullshit and just hire motherfuckers for who they are and let it be, and the government needs to step out more. Anyways, we got kind of sidetracked
but
there.
it's like walking to Walmart. Okay, here's my resume, sir. Okay, cool. Well, you check the main box at the bottom. Ethnic, you're black, right? You're black? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I
You're
identify
hired.
as that.
Yeah, cool. You hired. Well, I was a felon. You're black still, right?
Yeah.
Pedophilia? You're black still, right?
Yeah.
No education. Black?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. You're hired, man. When do you want to start?
Yeah. But that's because they have to feel that shit because the government forces them to do that. And that's bullshit. Now, at one time, I understand equal opportunity and the NAACP and
all this stuff was put in place at a certain time when it was needed.
Unions, all that shit, right. When it was needed. None of that's needed anymore. All you got to do is have people fucking stand up and speak the truth. And, look at Budweiser, look at Nike, look at Coca-Cola, look at all these companies who have tried to do this liberal wash bullshit, and then they pissed off their consumer, and their consumer boycotted them. What did? They got back in line real quick. They announced apologies, or they retracted something, or whatever, because they lost. Bud Light was the number one selling beer for 22 years in the U.S. They've been number two for the last 2 years. Modelo's imported beer, right?
Mexican beer.
A Mexican beer went to number one, but good because fuck Budweiser for doing that bullshit and trying to gain whatever. I just think trying to push what the fuck am I saying?
Social equality?
No, just trying to push unnormal things onto the normal people is the problem. I don't have to embrace it into my household. I don't have a problem with it. You do you, boo. But I don't have to embrace it and every day go, I'm an ally. No, that ain't fucking happening.
Let me put my rainbow flag on there in Pride Month on my handle or
Ain't
my photo and all that crap.
Oh,
Everybody
man.
wants to get that social cue.
Are you
Like,
still
hey, I support everyone and everything.
Yeah.
I'm neutral.
But if we get into a debate, I'm going to talk about how y'all don't have a chance in hell at a job versus me because, you're less valued in this world.
Yeah.
When they're still the same fucking people.
Let's segregate yourself by sexuality, by skin tone.
Nope. Only
preference.
man and woman now. Per our administration. No more fucking pronouns. Thank you. You still watching Beast Games? We talked about that.
Yeah, I think I'm on the second to last episode.
I didn't know that was I thought it was already over and done with, the whole season.
No, they're releasing them weekly.
I know. I didn't realize that, right? So I didn't know it was an active thing. So I think there was 7 or 8 whenever I started watching it, or maybe 6 or 7, either or. And then last night couldn't fall asleep, so I was watching it and it was like, oh, I'm caught up. Wait a minute, I'm caught up. That means all this shit was just done. I need to go back and scan them QR codes and enter for that money. Shit. But that was my first thought when I got off the fucking thing.
But speaking of Beast Games, it's funny because the last episode,
that dude,
the guy on the train tracks. Have you
yeah,
gotten that one yet?
yes, yeah,
Where the black girl.
I'm past that. Yeah, but I'm talking about the gay guy
Which one?
on the train track.
He was gay.
The guy crying and boo-hooing.
I don't think I finished that episode yet.
Okay.
So you might ruin it for me.
Oh fuck.
But anyways, you're good. But no, what I was getting to
How
was
you gonna bring that up and you ain't even finished it?
I ain't finished the episode yet.
All right.
Because I thought you were still catching up to me.
No. I'm one episode past that.
Okay. But no, the Beast Games, it's been fun to watch. It's it's whatever. It ain't my.
It's kind of like
different.
Squid Games, but in real life.
Yeah.
And money.
Yeah, but it's fun and lighthearted, and it's just people being people.
Yep.
But race had to get brought up during one of the last episodes. One black girl, and I thought it was piss poor on his part because I was like, you're painting your own picture here when you pick three black girls.
Oh, okay.
When you pick the three black girls to basically select them to kick them off the team.
Yep.
Yes, there's more black girls in the crowd of people he had to pick from, but he just happened to pick the three people that he was not close with is what the criteria was.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
But it looked awful.
Yeah, it looked awful on TV. I'm like, this looks pretty bad.
As soon as he picked the second girl, I thought, oh, God,
yeah.
Here we go.
I was like, here we go.
And then he went to the third. I was like, oh, fuck, he just doubled down.
Yeah, he's
tripled down.
He's burning them all down.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the black girl, the first one got picked, turned it into a race thing. And I'm like, is the half Mexican white dude like being racist towards black people? Sure, maybe, I don't know. But he picked them based off, and he made comments like, I don't pick them because I'm not close to them. I'm picking people that are going to take me to the end and win my money. Mm-hmm. So he did what he felt was best. You just happen to be black. Mm-hmm. That's a chance that you take being an American.
All right, so if you look at the people when it shows their name, like says their number, and they're on the screen, it shows their name, and under them it generally says their job description. One of them, yeah. So pay attention to it. Whenever it shows Dino, when Dino's name pops on the screen, it'll say, retired firefighter.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's job description. One of the guys you're about to see when you finish that, it's already showed him a bunch. It says LGBTQRS alphabet plus whatever supporter or ally. That's what it says. That's what it says instead of his job description. So I'm like, okay, so motherfucker don't have a job, or that's just what he wanted to see. Mm-hmm. Either or. I don't care, but there's little stuff like that has gone through the Beast Games, and that chick has said something about race before, like 2 episodes ago, but it was a short, sweet snippet, and I already caught that, and I was like, So, whatever. When she was on the island, because that was the chick that won the island. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when she was on the island, she had said something too. But either or, it just goes to show you people are going to show their true colors and how they really feel, and Michael Jackson song, no matter if you're black or white, pitch, like
same.
Yeah. Anyways, sidetracked from all of that. So I was watching it's not an interrogation. I guess it's where they're getting statements. When they're trying to get statements for the U.S. aid, whatever bullshit, all the money being spent. A lady was up there. I forget her fucking name, but she was asking 3 senators, like, how do you feel about, or do you feel this aids or how was it worded? Do you feel this program assist the United States of America or the American people? That's what. And it was like, no, and then one Democratic motherfucker, every time he was like, no comment, no comment. And then she started fucking getting smart with them. But it was all these different little organizations where the U.S. has given them money and for for test studies in other countries. Last year, we gave $1.3 million to genetic study of African men getting AIDS by having sex with other men. Same thing in Guatemala. Same thing in, fucking Europe. Same thing in East Asia. Same thing in. Well, why? Why? It's got nothing to do with our fucking country. If you want to say Americans, okay, I can understand the study and putting some research there. But all that shit had to do with foreign countries, and a lot of it had to do with either gay sexuality or trans sexuality shit. And it's like, that sounds like a lot of wasteful spending to me. I don't know, but it was awesome. I wish I knew exactly what that court hearing was, or maybe it was a Congress hearing. It was something along those lines, but it was one representative grilling three representatives and asking them about direct spending on each one of these uh, different, amounts. Programs.
Yeah.
There we go. And it was like, she is killing them. And then the guy at the end, oh, she said tranny. Yeah, it was a Congress hearing. She said tranny. House of Representatives, I'm sorry. She said tranny, and then someone's like, oh, Mr. Speaker of the House, or Mr. House or House Representative, or what the fuck is it? The guy.
Speaker of the House?
No, not Speaker of the House. The chairman, who's like Mr. Chairman or some shit. That's
House
what they
chair.
call him. Yeah, so they were like, that's slang, and whatever. And she was like, tranny. And he was, and she said, I'm not going to apologize for abbreviating trans, whatever.
Sexual,
and someone
transvestite.
said something, and she said, we don't have to say pronouns anymore, so you don't even have to do that per our president. And I was like, hell yeah, she is on it. And but one of the times she was asking the last guy, she was like, does that aid the American people? No. Does that aid the American people? No. Does that aid the American people? He was like, no comment. And she said, of course not. Or do you even understand the questions I'm asking you? No? Okay, we'll move on. And man, she started grilling him towards the end. And then somebody else was like, oh, slur or slander. And he ruled it in favor of, I'm not sure on today's slander and slang and those terms, so I don't know if that is offensive to certain, people or not. I'll do some research into it. We'll circle back to this. I thought, man, good answer, dude. Fuck that guy. Fuck him. Tranny lover.
Damn it, I had something on top of my head too.
You're about to.
But back to the Doge thing.
Doge.
Some dodgeball. I pulled up some general stats on money, and this is from back in 2023. And this is just U.S. aid going to other international, I want to say companies, they're not companies. Countries. Yeah, so back in 2023, these numbers are probably way undervalued, I would guess, just simply because it's 23. Ukraine is at the top of the list by far means. At the time of the fiscal year of 2023, we have given them $16 million. Ethiopia, 1.6. Jordan, 1.2. Afghanistan, 1.1. We're still giving Afghan money to rebuild everything we tore up. I get that. Somalia, 1. DRC, 1. Syria, 1. Nigeria, 824 million. South Sudan, Yemen, and the list goes on and on.
Million or billion? What are you
Million.
talking? So what were you talking before? Billion?
No, these are all million.
So you went from 16 million going down to 800 million? Or is it billion? What was Ukraine?
Oh, I thought these were categorized. Ukraine was 16,021 million. I know. I was just studying it a second ago. And I said it is super confusing the way they got it typed out.
No. Oh, what the fuck? How is that? That's gotta be
Misprint.
Yeah. It's gotta be 16 billion for Ukraine.
But it was back in 23. It's way much higher than that right now.
Yeah, because when you get down to South Sudan, that's 740 million. So it's got to be 16 billion for Ukraine.
So
Ethiopia,
we'll just summarize it and
1.6
say
billion.
it's
Jordan,
1 billion. We'll just say it's 1 billion
2
per
billion.
country. Just round up. It's probably a more accurate number.
I mean, yeah, because DRC is 936 million, so that's real close to a billion. Syria is 895 million, so that's real
This
close
is the
to...
dumb shit that really gets under my skin because we don't have enough money to fix our education system, fix our roads, fix anything, but we have all this money in the fucking world. What's so funny?
No.
What?
Hey, Cam Patterson, you know the comedian Cam Patterson? Fucking, I was watching a comedy thing, and you said, fix our roads, and I just... he did his thing. He was on stage, and was like, hey, man, what do you do? And then some lady was like, why are you always asking the men? And he said...
Yeah, I saw that one.
Bitch, because you should be in the kitchen cooking. No, I'm kidding. He was like, what do you do? They were in Indianapolis or something, Indiana somewhere. And she was like, I'm a road whatever operator, blah, blah, blah. And he said, okay, well, let me ask the crowd. Y'all got a lot of potholes in it? Yeah. Like, well, shut the fuck up then, bitch.
You suck at your job.
And then you're like, fix our roads, potholes. I'm like,
but it's
oh
all
my
this
gosh.
dumb shit,
It's because that bitch works for him.
We have tons of money to send out of our country, but we don't have enough to solve our problems. The homeless issue, the mental crisis, the drug crisis.
Yeah, our infrastructure is fucked. I mean, it has been forever.
Yes, it's better than most other countries. Most other countries.
We have the
not
means.
first world countries, though.
No,
go to China, go to Japan. I bet their infrastructure is way better than ours.
Oh, yeah. But we have the means here, but we don't do it. And it's like
we don't have enough immigrants to do it, Sean, to fix the roads.
And we're losing more and more daily. Guys.
That means I have to go back to work soon.
We need to go down to the local courthouse and protest.
Yeah.
Me and you. We'll burn our American flags.
Okay.
And we'll hold up. We'll pick flags.
I'm going to burn my bras.
Damn it. I like those on your head.
Oh, that's okay.
Whenever we're doing weird science projects.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody caught that. I'm a scientist.
Take a guess. How much money have we sent to Hawaii since 2 years ago? It's been a little over a year and a half, almost 2 years. August will be 2 years since
when
Hawaii
was burning down.
Take a guess. What would you guess?
Well, I know Oprah and The Rock had all their supporters give money, but they didn't really give any money.
Put a number on
it. $10 million.
No, not quite that low.
I'm just thinking of how shitty our government is. $40 million.
Almost $500,000. I'm sorry, not $500,000. $500 million.
Okay, so $500 million. I'm surprised they gave that much. Honestly,
$500 million.
Yeah, I'm surprised they gave that much.
But it took over a year for them to approve it.
Right, but by the statistics you just pulled up, 2 years ago, 2023, they gave Syria way more than that. They gave all these other countries way more than that. I think the lowest country on that list was 790-something million. So that's $800 million to a third world country for whatever fucking reason.
Gender studies, dude. Gender.
Yeah, but our own, one of the states in our own country, we can't even fucking give that much to. That's pathetic. But that was our administration.
All right. So
and hopefully this new new government agency, DOGE, is going to fucking fix all this, and this is the problem.
We need to have accountability with our money.
100%. We need to have accountability.
And when I say our, I mean U.S. taxpayer dollars.
Our money, yes.
Asheville, North Carolina, got hit with ravaged floods from hurricanes and everything else. Take a guess on how much money they've received.
Well, it was $750 a person, so I know they were fucking just rolling.
Down payment assistance.
I'm gonna guess and say. Now, let me try and shoot higher than what I think. So let's say $15 million.
Nope. Right as close. Federal aid in January 2025 helped recover Hurricane Helene. Is it Helene or Helena?
Yeah, whatever, Helene.
$225 million. And that's in this January 2025. That's what they've received so far.
$225 million.
And everybody, I don't know, maybe you didn't turn on the news, but Asheville basically got disappeared off the map.
Yeah, it was flooded.
It was wiped out.
Washed away.
It was absolutely terrible.
And then look at California. Do you got those stats?
Yeah, I do. They don't have a specific number yet because it's so...
They don't have a number yet, but Biden got on there and said he's going to do full...
Guarantee everything.
Everything before he got out of office. Okay, so you gave $750 to the fucking rednecks in North Carolina, but all these libtards in a fucking liberal ass state, you're gonna fucking
One of the
give
most
them,
wealthiest parts of California.
yeah, you're just gonna give them 100%. So
Blanket.
that means, okay, this piece of land, not even the house, this piece of land, because of the area and the whatever and the blah blah blah, is worth $4 million. Landscaping alone is going to be whatever,
Be
much
worth what
less
Sean's
the
house is
fucking
worth.
house and everything else on it. So it's like, we're going to do 100% on that, but we're going to fuck these people over here? That's bullshit.
So we forgot about Hawaii. We forgot about Asheville, let alone all the people that got hit in Florida. Nobody cares about them.
Mm-mm.
There's nothing in Florida
Yeah.
going on. But I did a little research. I wanted to check and see because, the Palisades is the hot topic. It's, oh my gosh, all these rich people lost their Ferraris, lost their houses, their goldfish, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it is very devastating. I'm not going to downsize that shit.
No.
It's terrible.
No.
And I don't discount it because they were wealthy. Fucking more power to them. But I checked out. So Maui, August 2023, about 2,200 buildings were destroyed. Most of them were residential buildings. And California, they called for, I believe it was almost, that's not the word, almost 20,000 structures. So 90% more, roughly.
Yeah.
And the value that they're putting on California versus any of these other major issues is just mind-blowing to me. They are willing to drop whatever they could do, and I believe we should help them by all means, but we got to take care of who got in line first, unfortunately.
No.
That's just the way it is.
No. And what's sad is when you compare apple to apples. So you have wildfires in Hawaii, wildfires in California. Same problem. Not discrediting North Carolina, but I'm just saying, same problem. Yet we're barely going to help them, and we're just going to bend over backwards for them.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with North Carolina. We barely help them, but we're going to bend over backwards for them. I just think it's fucked up.
And a lot of people say, oh, that's a Republican state. No, it just swung to Republican state just recently.
Yes.
It's mainly a Democratic state.
Right. But it's Southeast.
Mm-hmm.
Southeast is fucking rednecks.
Yeah, bunch of dumb hillbillies.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of hillbillies in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I love you, hillbillies.
We're with you.
Yeah. We're with you.
Whatever. Equality.
I'll stretch them arm.
Yeah.
Anyways. No, I just wrapping my head around the money that is flowing and that we have no say-so. We have no receipts. We have no nothing, let alone what's going on in Ukraine. I can't wait until it's all over with and accounting is actually done maybe at some point in time.
I don't think it ever will be.
But an actual receipt of what they got.
They got a bunch of printed off paper. And then it got currency, the exchange
rate. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have whatever.
But what's funny, and I'm all for supporting American companies, but they mentioned that I don't know the percentage number, but a large percentage of that went to weapons manufacturer in the States. Okay, so we keep the fucking military-industrial complex well-fed while we're killing non-Americans. Okay, cool. So at what point in time do we replenish our stock of military-grade weapons to protect our own homeland if at any point in time someone decides to invade us? Do we have a stockpile? Are we just shipping shit over there freely and it's being paid for by our tax money? Or how does that work?
They're not taking from our stock. They're just spending our money, to buy new and ship it over.
I know, but it's a manufacturing process. It's not. I'm sure there's assembly lines. I've been to some of these DOD plants. Nothing with large missile capacity or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a assembly line in the sense of automakers, like you're pumping a fucking F-150 out every 10 minutes or something.
Right.
So I'm just curious, like, how are they replenishing this so fast? And
they're not. It's not that fast. But
right.
That's for damn sure.
That's just a lot of money, and I'm like, do these weapons cost that much? How much does RPG cost? Obviously, I don't know if they make technically RPGs. They have another name for them, but it was a rocket launcher, right? Shoulder holstered fucking rocket launcher cost? What does it cost the American taxpayer?
I don't know.
$30,000,
I think,
$50,000.
yeah, I was gonna say I think an RPG,
Somalian version.
which it was overseas anyways. We don't use that, but I think that would be probably in the 30 to 50K for a brand new off the assembly line.
Yeah.
If it was something made here in the United States, yeah, absolutely, it'd be that much, or at least that's what we would pay for it. Obviously, does it cost that much to actually produce it? Fuck
Right.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the exact same thing as a semi-auto versus full auto.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference in a rifle, say an AR platform, the only difference is just the trigger mechanism and the sear.
Please explain.
And the hammer. No, but anyways, just that trigger group itself with the selector switch is the only thing. What's the price difference in that shit? $10, if that.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The whole platform is exactly the same except for that.
What is the tax? For instance, if I had the permit to buy something like that, what's the tax on
and
that?
I was going to say, you could buy the cheapest AR platform, AR. Got to have chrome line barrel, all right, or full auto is not going to last. You're going to melt down the fucking barrel. So that's a minor upgrade in that trigger group. So you're talking maybe $100 difference. The cheapest platform you can get in that price range is probably around $500, maybe $600. Semi-auto, then go full auto, off the shelf, it's over 10 grand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's because that's legally made. Legally made. Yeah. Yeah. It's like MP5. I want one of those so fucking bad. And seeing it on the gun broker and all that shit, I have not seen one for under $15,000.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. And U.S. Citizens, we cannot buy anything without, like, if I were to go and do the tax stamp and get the class and all that bullshit through the ATF, I would have to pay all that money. I can't buy anything that's built or manufactured after 1986 because of the machine gun ban due to the Clintons. Fucktards. So, no. I don't think they did the machine gun ban. But anyways, 1986 is the last day I can own something. So I have to own some old shit. I can't even buy brand new. Even if I go through all that bullshit. Unless I'm some kind of a dealer. Right. That's the only way.
And is it worth going through all that?
Fuck no.
What would it cost for you to be a dealer?
Something crazy? But the problem with that is then I have to have a location.
Accountability and...
Well, I have to have a location. So, if I don't have property somewhere else... you don't even need a storefront, but just property somewhere else to deem all that shit that they can come and inspect 24 hours a day, any day of the week. Right. Then I have to do it at my house. If I do it at my house, then I have to same thing. And I'm not doing it at my fucking house.
Right. Because
I'm a firm believer in having one near me that's not locked up in a safe for protection. Mm-hmm. If they come in my house and they see that, I'm in violation. Now they can confiscate every motherfucking thing, charge me for $10,000 per violation, and throw me in jail for up to 10 years per violation. I'm not doing all that shit. So I'll just have what I have and the 2 guns I own. And it is what it is.
What are your thoughts on Trump pardoning all the Jan 6 people? What are your thoughts on it? At a legal standpoint, not how you feel, but what do you think is right judicially?
At a legal standpoint, I think him doing that was a bold statement. I think that's what that was. I think that was just a bold statement saying that we're not going to use our judicial system to fuck with you people anymore. Because some people's been incarcerated since then. And that's fucking ridiculous. I'm talking people that were just literally walking around recording said event. That's it. And they've been in jail since that day or the 2 or 3 days
In
after.
solitary confinement. On
Right.
top of that.
That's fucked up. And all that was that administration trying to fucking be bullies to
Any association.
the other party. Any party but their own, which was fucked up. So I think he was just trying to make a statement. You're not going to fuck with the American people that voted opposite than you. I think that's all that was. Some people guilty for breaking windows and whatever. If those people were actually indicted, which I doubt, I think they were paid to do that, to incite the riot by the side. Conspiracy theorists maybe, but but yeah, I think that was bold and good. I'm glad he did it because, I know a lady, got shot there, or maybe not, going the conspiracy route. It was all planned, and she's living a life somewhere else now.
Right.
But she lost her life. A handful of people got hurt, trampled, whatever. One of the security guards, I think, lost his life.
One of them had a heart attack like later that day.
Yeah,
And I'm like, interesting.
Yeah.
He's under distress.
Yeah, this motherfucker was about to say, yeah, the fucking liberal fucking government people told me to let them in, and then, he had a heart attack. Well, he's got a fresh injection in his...
Yeah,
anyways.
right behind his ear.
Yeah. But I just, try not to go down rabbit holes and shit. I do that. Sometimes you do too. We've
I do it
talked
all the
about
time.
it. Yeah. But, so I try and just look at it like hindsight, yeah, it could be that way, or it could just be 100% legit. And either or, I try and look at it as non-biased as I can. It's a building owned and paid for by the taxpayers. At no point should it ever be locked up. I don't think at no point the doors should ever be closed. If you have security there 24/7, it should be open 24/7. Period. Because taxpayer money is paying for security there 24/7. Same thing with the library. Do people go home at night and leave and there's no security at the library? No. Okay, then. Lock the doors and it's closed. I get that. Next day it's open and you have, okay, then open it. That's fine. But if you're going to have security at those places 24/7, then they need to be accessible 24/7. Period. It's my taxpayers that build it, pay it for it, fucking change the paint every, whatever. I don't know.
But no, I like the idea, like you mentioned, it was a bold statement saying we're done, mass incrimination of something that nobody is quite certain who orchestrated it. Besides, yes, we could say, oh, Trump orchestrated it, Trump did that.
Incited.
And so on. But at the same time, I watched the hearings about January 6th, and the FBI, DEI hire, said that she could neither confirm or deny if she had any FBI personnel on the ground.
Right.
Multiple times.
Right.
And she would not answer anything that would be any type way of incriminating and finding out the truth.
Right.
Simply because she is protected by her title of being the, what's the name for it? Not administrator, but FBI director.
Yep.
And I was like, all these scapegoats, I was like, no. I said, we should force their hand and they have to answer.
Yeah.
Whether it be truthful or not, they need to answer and not just fucking, skimming around to the side. Like, I cannot confirm or deny. I could answer this in private if you have clearance for me to answer that.
Yeah, and that's
that kind of bullshit just drives me nuts. Yes,
but that's the way all our government agencies, all our alphabet agencies do.
And none of them communicate together. They're all fucking just in the shadows.
Doing their own thing. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And nobody has to answer for any of this. And that's what I'm hoping to get out of this administration, where we could actually get some answers. Whether they be true or false, I would at least like to have an answer to go off of.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with all the shit with Trump getting shot at the rally, and the Secret Service, and we there still hasn't been any
conclusive information on.
Right, because we don't have clearance, right? And
Mhm.
I think that's bullshit. I think, now that Trump's in the office, he's the fucking president. He just released the shit with the JFK and the MLK. He needs to go ahead and release, man, just everything. The whole shit with the aliens, just everything. Everything our government's been hiding from us. And I know for a long time, you look back in the 50s and pre that, presidents saying, well, there's some things that the American people don't need to hear because they'll incite fear and whatever. Okay, well, we're talking 50 years ago. Let's go ahead and release it. Fucks it matter. And I don't know. It's kind of the same thing with, did our government have a hand in this shit? I haven't looked. Have you looked in to see if the
No,
JFK or MLK?
I'm waiting for people because some of it's been redacted. I've seen screenshots of it, but no, I haven't dug into it just because it's one of those things I need to find time to do it.
Yeah.
But two, I know someone's gonna come out and basically summarize what they found by reading the entire thing because people get clout for it.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna let them do that. And but it's gonna be extremely questionable. Do I believe our government had a hand in JFK? I am like 95% sure that they had a hand in it because it's very similar to what was happening back then based off of what I know about JFK and that timeline and everything happening. They wanted to pull out Vietnam, just to summarize it. The public didn't want to have any involvement. JFK was getting pushed by Lyndon Johnson at the time to stay in it. He was a VP, and he did not. He was answering for the people. He saw, I would say, wasteful spending, loss of lives, and everything else that comes with war, and he wanted to pull out. Kind of something similar to what is our current president's going to attempt to do, as far as I understand, is to stop these endless, useless wars.
Yeah.
And obviously, he got shot at too.
Yeah.
Once again, we still know nothing about the shooter, the young man that got shot. Don't know anything about him.
Well, they showed pictures of two different fucking people, as they always do. It's different people, different whatever, and then you heard, no, this person's here and this person's there, and I don't know. So when I start seeing too much misinformation, because obviously one of them's fucking wrong, I just quit looking. I just quit. I don't even want to fucking see it. I'll wait until it actually comes out.
Right.
So.
But no, as far as MLK, JFK, all those files, yes, I would like to go through them. And still, I think it's probably going to be cultured to fit whatever narrative they want.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sure. I mean, why not?
Because
all this time to fucking type it just right.
Are these files on a database somewhere, or are these in a nice cardboard box tucked away in the presidential locker somewhere?
Yeah.
Or are these in the CIA's headquarters? Like, where's all this shit held at?
Yeah.
We don't know.
No.
We just assume we're paying money to store it somewhere.
Yeah.
In a climate-controlled space at the U-Haul Center down the road.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just tired. I am tired of wasteful spending. I just feel like we are the world police. We are the world
bank.
I
know China technically is, but
China owns us.
You're right, but we fund all these other countries for bullshit spending, like what you read and like what I was talking about with the research, just stupid. And like NORAD or NOAA, NOAA, fuck, what was that? National Ocean, something.
Weather related shit.
Air, they deal hand in hand with the fuck. What is that big weather association or big weather group? National Weather Service. They deal hand in hand with them. But anyways, and they went in there and talking about Elon said, whatever, a lot of spending, blah blah blah. We're going to look into this, and they immediately start having rebuttals. And he said, we're potentially going to downsize this organization drastically. And they're like, oh, but we can't do that because of the fish and the this and the that and the whatever. And they do a lot of research out in the ocean that helps the Weather Association, which saves, all these lives whenever, bad weather's coming and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's like, that's what this group does. So y'all help them do that? Because if that's the case, then we're going to look into them too. It's like, y'all are shooting yourselves in the foot, motherfucker.
Right.
But I don't know. It kills me how, I get it. You're fighting for your job, those certain individuals, but if you know it's bullshit, get ready. Buckle up, Buttercup.
They don't raise a flag because they want to keep a job.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And you got to play the game to stay in the game.
Yeah.
It's like the whole politician thing. But like the UN, we are the biggest contributor to the UN.
Yeah.
The UN does not serve the United States. Why are we the biggest contributor when the UN is stationed? Is it the Poland UN embassy?
I'm not
I'm
sure.
trying to think which country it was in. Either way, we're the biggest contributor by a large percentage. The UN does not help us. We do not need to have our finger in every single part of the world.
Why are we the biggest contributor?
Why?
Because previous administrations were talking about us joining the UN.
But we're the biggest donor.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They were talking about us joining, and I think that's why. I think that's why we're funding. I mean, same thing when Trump was in administration before, and he cracked down on NATO. He was like, y'all motherfuckers need to put in. We've been putting in 85% this whole fucking time. It shouldn't work that way. We're just one country.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's how many of us sitting at this table right now, and we're putting in this much? No. You need to start doing this much. You need to start doing it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's kind of the same thing with the tariffs right now. Did you see all this bullshit with Canada? You know, Trump.
Well, I know what's been said.
The 25% tariffs
Okay.
for certain things. And then the prime minister in Canada did a news release addressing the American people, letting us know the person we elected and is now strong-arming one of his greatest
this
allies.
This is Trudeau's replacement?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't fucking know his name. But letting us know that the person we elected as president of the United States, Trump, has put this 25% tariffs on them. It's going to strongly hurt the American people in our goods and getting the goods and affording the goods and this and that. And I'm thinking, you snake motherfucker.
How many Canadian TVs do you own?
Playing a game, huh?
How many Canadian TVs or refrigerators or anything else do you own?
Me personally, 12 each.
12 in each room?
No, fuck you.
But no, I know Canada manufactures things. I know Canada manufactures things. I actually order parts from my company from Canada, one specific person, company. And they're great. It's whatever. They're North American
And
people.
actually, on the cruise we were on, when we went to Coconuts Bar in Mexico, they're Canadian. We sat down at a table because there was no empty seats. And this lady and guy was like, here, sit here. And there was 4 of us, and there was 4 open spots. So we sat down, we started talking, and he does, they both work for the same company. It's his family-owned company. She deals with the administration part of it, and he's out in the fab shop fabricating metal, whatever, and it's coming to the United States. She said they sell a lot to the United States, and that is going to hinder their business some, the 25% tariffs. But she said, we'll work through it. She said, verbatim, I understand he's doing that for his country, for his people, for you guys. I get why he's doing it. Yeah, we'll have to, work around it, but it is what it is. It's for the American people. So to hear a Canadian directly say it's going to hinder their business, but she understands it's going to help the American people, that right there tells me that this motherfucker on TV is trying to play this fear tactic bullshit that all these other libtard motherfuckers are doing.
Bringing manufacturing back to the States will happen, but I think it's going to be it's not going to be a 4-year process.
It's going to be a long,
unfortunately.
yeah.
I'm talking about
we need somebody to come in after
your
Trump.
grandkids will see the glory days, hopefully, of manufacturing back in the States.
And that's thanks to Clinton's administration. He started that snowball effect.
I've done a little bit of deep dives on manufacturing in the States. And yes, there are a lot of out-of-country manufacturers. We'll say like Volkswagen, Toyota. They have a lot of manufacturing plants. Hyundai, Kia, they have plants here in the state of Georgia. I was like, that's great. I was like, why can't we do that here with our domestic ship boxes like Ford and Dodge and all these other manufacturers that we have? Why can't we build those here? No, those are built in Mexico.
Not my
This is
Tahoe. Mine was built in Texas.
oh okay.
I've
But
got the sticker
all
on the
the
door to
you know
prove it.
Ford. I won't say Ford. Ford does manufacture their Ford trucks here in the states, but Dodge does not. They still have Mexican plants.
Chevy has their truck, Tahoe, SUV, whatever lines in Texas. They got a
Is
big
it?
plant
Okay.
there. Yeah.
But
I don't know if it's still active though. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like, what's the principal cost of that? Like, I'm guessing Honda. We'll just use like Toyota for instance. Yes, it's probably extremely expensive to ship whole vehicles over here. in
Yeah, the
States.
tariff went through the roof, and
Yeah.
Trump added to that.
Mhm.
So, but for them to send the parts here and assemble it here, and then slap the sticker "Made in America," thank you, Clinton, on it,
Yep.
it's almost nothing.
It's pennies, yeah.
Yep.
It's pennies. And Nissan, I know for a fact Nissan does that because I actually work on a Nissan product for my customer base, and they actually informed me of how it's done. They ship the car in a relatively complete condition, minus doors and certain items, to not make it a running vehicle, and they assemble it at the port in Texas, which I found very interesting. I'm like, how does that work out logistically? I'm like, I bet that's a nightmare.
Yes, Chevy in Arlington, Texas. The plant's 5.75 million square feet on 250 acres.
That's like the size of your property almost.
They're still almost. They're still pumping out. Fuck you. They're still pumping out shit every day. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Good.
But just hold back. I want to see manufacturing come back to the States because, one, we ain't going to have nobody to work the jobs because we're shipping them all back home.
And two, we're pushing all our kids in college and nobody in blue
nobody
collar.
wants to actually do a hard day's work, I guess. And hell, I don't either, but somebody's got to do it.
But we do, and I'm sure waiting on that fucking no tax on overtime.
Yeah.
That'll strongly
affect
boost
me,
the
so
economy.
enjoy it.
Yeah, but like my job, right?
Yeah.
I'm scheduled overtime, so 2 weeks out of the month I work, just straight, and then 2 weeks out of the month I'm scheduled that extra day, so that puts me in a little bit of overtime bracket. That would take that line item out of what I pay taxes on at the end of the year. That would be astronomical in my house.
I just wonder if he's going to take that tax off and add another one for its replacement.
Shouldn't though, because that's what he said. The tariffs are going to take the place of that. All the tariffs he's raising, and I'm good with it. Yeah. I wish he would just do fair tax.
I wish we could just hit fast forward and see 6 months and see what the end result, not what the progress looks like in 6 months from now. Whether it's there's going to be a negative downside to it, absolutely, but you got to go through the shit to get to the gold.
Yep.
Unfortunately, and like I mentioned, I just want to see manufacturing come back.
Yep.
For instance, I'm looking at purchasing not anytime soon, but a large, expensive piece of equipment for my business
tomorrow.
And I found a supplier in China, and they obviously buying stuff from China, large piece of equipment. There's a gamble with anything because there's a language barrier, communications barrier, the timetable difference between my working hours and their working hours. I just see a bunch of nightmares popping up, and I'm like, okay, well, what if I purchase here in the States? Obviously, it's going to be more. And no, it's way more than that. Like what I would spend, we'll call it, by the time I pay for import fees, shipping from China is like $10,000 for this piece of equipment, and it's still drastically cheaper than something that's built here in the States with Chinese components. It's just assembled. Once again, I'm talking $250,000.
Okay. For
the same piece of equipment I could buy. If I went to the bells and whistles model, by the time it gets to my door, I have $50,000 in it.
Wow, 5 times.
It's crazy. I get it. Americans' wages are much higher and so on, but I'm like, there's got to be a cut somewhere.
We need to bring child labor back.
Yes. My kids are healthy. My kids are healthy.
Hell yeah. Let's put the bitches
OSHA.
All of my kids, your kids, everybody's kids. All these little motherfuckers. Get to work, motherfucker.
I said we put them in the field.
Hell yeah. Pick. No. I'm not going there. Oh,
Speaking of that, there's a guy making a quick clip. It's, what do you kids do nowadays? Snapchat?
Yeah, that's what we do.
No, he was on TikTok. He's like, man, I went to the auction this weekend. and I got some of the best damn cotton pickers you could find. And I'm like, oh shit. And he's walking around. He's like, but they were pricey. Don't get me wrong. Fucking this whole new inflation shit's got me all fucked up. And he's walking around. He's like, y'all want to see what the fuck I bought? Turns around. They're a bunch of John Deere tractors. What were they calling? Not I want to say cotton gins, but they're not cotton gins, but cotton machines that just rake the fields pretty much. Yeah. It was just funny how he set it up. They got me some cotton pickers.
God dang. Oh man. Yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff, memes and stuff about inflation and going along those lines, and I'm just like, oh my god, people are fucking wild, dude. But it's funny. I find all that shit funny. We've got fucked up sense of humor.
It's satire, dude. It's just fucking making a joke out of something serious.
Yeah.
Once again.
Hey.
Get over yourself.
Hey,
Get over yourself.
You like this? Thanks, Brett. This is from my brother.
Yeah. We finally got it put up, dude.
Yeah. So
it only took us a year.
Before James fabricated this out of wood.
Hack job.
Yeah.
That was hand carved.
Yeah. He welded all that wood together.
With a sprinkler.
Hell yeah. My brother had sent us this, and
right after that we quit.
And then, well, right when I got this, I think is when you had finished this, and so we brought the production from
the east side of
ground zero up.
The towers went down.
Anyways, we brought it up here and set it up, and it was just easier to do that than try and run cables and all that stuff. But this time, I wanted to get it up and going and kind of see it, and hopefully the light's not too bright and it picks it up, because I think the batteries are dead on these things for the brightness. So I don't know how clear it is.
I like it. It's cool.
It's cool. It's something different. We've definitely got to want to change this up and get some comfortable chairs and whatever, but we just got to figure all the logistics of that shit out. I've got to get another cable, because this shit's. I keep getting frustrated before we do every one of these, and
it makes it super interesting for me.
For you,
Sean just sucks the wind out of my fucking sails.
Yeah,
he's like, fucking bullshit. God damn it, where's me a blue pill?
Fuck this. Whoa. Speaking of that, you used quite a few of those on the cruise.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Good job done.
Yeah, the dude in the cabin next door was happy.
Was he?
Yeah.
You're my brother. You're my brother.
Every time Charlene went to the casino, I went next door. So we just got back from a cruise, and we're about to turn into cruise junkies. Almost went on another cruise. Almost booked it this Saturday. Fucking, did Misty tell you any of the deals that we were coming across?
Yep.
God
damn. I
damn.
trying to remember.
One 5-day cruise, which I could have went on because it's my days off. Could have went on a 5 days cruise for $160. And then there was an 8-day cruise for $200. I was like, motherfucker, I'm out.
I was that desperate trying to fill spots, because you remember during COVID, it was like sky fucking high.
Right. Well, like the one we just booked, it was 7-day cruise, and you figure it's about $100 a day per person, right? So it came out to about $1,500 for the 7-day cruise for the two of us. But now that we're both registered, we're both whatever, and we're both at the next status, so now we get these offers. And I told her, I was like, and as soon as my youngest is out of high school, every time they send us a last-minute offer, we're just going to fucking pack a bag.
Y'all going to be fucking living on a boat pretty soon.
We are.
Like, once the kids are out, so I thought we'd just start being hostess on the cruise.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a thing, but if it was,
you can be.
I would definitely
There's
do
American hostess on there, aren't there?
Yeah, but I'm going to keep my job.
No, you don't have to.
They have to live on the boat. I'm not doing that.
Why don't you live on the boat?
Because they all.
Have you seen the parties down below? Have you seen those fucking?
I haven't seen them, but I've talked to the people. Okay, so let me tell you this: if you go on a fucking cruise, tip good. Let me just say that. But 2, yeah, they have their own bar, their own club, their own everything down there, and they pay drastically less for drinks and stuff. Like they pay $2 a drink when we're paying $18 a drink or whatever. go to a casino. If I can give you any advice, we got on the boat, unpacked our bags,
Had sex.
went to the deck
Had sex.
in front of everybody. They all loved it. They all had their phones. You'll see clips.
Yeah.
But on every social media platform. Anyways, shut up. Went to the deck, got a drink. Sister had her first drink in 4 years. And then was like, fuck it, let's go to the casino. I went in there, put $100 on a roulette table. 30, 45 minutes, boom, got $380. Left the casino. I was like, cash out. Like, I'm good. I'm doing good. Let's not fuck this up. Cashed out. Walked away. Hour later, bing, on notification on my phone. Free drinks in the casino for the rest of your trip. Well, damn, they want their money back.
Mm-hmm.
But we stayed in the casino so much, playing with our money and their money, more theirs than ours. We both got enough points that once you hit 2,000 points on one cruise, you get free drinks in the casino, any cruise from that point on for life. So that's why I told her, I was like, fuck, we're set now, right? And you can order just regular drinks. Doesn't have to be alcoholic beverages, but
What's the point?
that makes it fun. And, man, we spent hours just sitting next to each other fucking playing slots. We had such a blast, man. And, you know, one day we walked away, you know, Charlene was up $300. I was in the hole $200. So it's like, okay, we're still good. And then the next day we walk away, Charlene's down $100 and I'm up 400. You know what I mean? I think the last day she got to like 500 and she cashed out and kept that. And
Did you have to claim that, get off the boat?
No.
What's the dollar amount you start
I
claiming?
have no idea, but I will tell you this. The day we got back, that evening my parents left, and they fucking, one day, their first day at sea, they put $500 on each one of their cards. They went to the fucking casino. The end of the night, they took everything off their cards except for their initial $500 and put the money in the safe. The next morning, they counted it, and they called. I talked to them. They were up 11 fucking grand, dude.
What?
And a free casino.
Playing what games?
Slots. He sent me pictures. I'll show you after this. He sent me pictures. One win was $4,000 something. One win
Is that
was
pesos?
$3,000 something. No.
Damn.
But
Buy me a jet ski.
yeah, no shit. But so they said, we're keeping that money, walking off the boat with it. We'll just play with this 500 on each card. I said, hell yeah. They got a free cruise with a balcony and several free dinners. Like, they have done good. For day one on the fucking cruise. I was like, damn, I don't have that luck, but they were also playing a lot higher money. Me and Charlene, the first time we went with you guys, right? 18 years ago. And we didn't know anything about nothing. And
You make me feel old as fuck saying that out loud.
it's true, though.
I know.
Wow. And it was your 21st birthday, you old bastard. We had a blast. And then in 2018, we went with the kids. And we were just busy doing a lot of more kid shit. We ate buffets and all that shit. Man,
Food.
we sat with some people that schooled us that know how to do it. We ate in the fucking fine dining for dinner and breakfast every fucking day. Never went to the buffet lines and ate good. And you get 2 fucking meals, 2 lobster tails, like just 2 everything, or one of this and one of this entrees. It was just great experience all the way around.
Awesome.
And we had a blast, man. Just 2 of us, much needed. And just spent a lot of time together and talked, and just we had fun together. And we don't do that much.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're not allowed to. You have kids.
Yeah, but we're almost there. We're almost there. And that was the main reason we didn't go on another one, because we'd be Monday through Thursday. Again, my youngest in school, and no supervision here. Yeah, so.
It's cool, though.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Yeah, Missy's asked me about it, because I think Charlene asked her
about
getting one set up, and Missy's like, I don't know if I could do like 6 days, and I'm like, I don't care, I'm down for whatever.
Well, we're gonna get we both get all these special perks now, so we're gonna see about me getting a room with you and Charlene getting a room with Misty, and
I won't share.
obviously y'all can have that room, but you get it at my rate, and then me and Charlene stay in our room, our rate, same rate. But yeah, we can get them a lot
I have
cheaper.
to fuck with the guys that clean the room, just like throw like dirty condoms out and shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What I really wanted to do was I wanted to wrap everything up to look like a body on the bed before we left, because he let us every day, you come back when they make your bed, they put a little stuffed animal, or they make an animal out of towels. He let us keep all of them. Every day I just put it on the lamp, and so we had 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. It was cool. It was cool. He let us keep them. So we got pictures of them. It was neat. Very different experience and very cool. And no kids, man.
Yeah,
I think
it makes a world of difference by itself.
There was like 10 kids on the boat that were younger, and then there was like maybe 15 teenagers. Other than that, it was all adults going through during the time of school.
Right.
That was dope, man. It was dope. So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going on vacation with Missy with no kids.
Yeah.
I attempted to on our anniversary a couple years ago, and then she decided to invite the kids.
Fucking kids.
And then the in-laws, and then your daughter.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I was like, cool, I'm not getting laid this weekend.
Everyone's going to hear it.
Yeah.
James is a squealer. I know Andrew wanted to know that. No, James sounds more like this.
That's squealing. I don't want to know what barking's about.
Oh, man.
I wish I could make a pig noise. Can you make a pig noise?
No.
Like a squeal?
No,
Try.
I
Try.
can't. I
Try.
can't do it. I can't do anything high pitched.
That's awesome.
I can't do anything high pitched. I try. I don't know.
I'm trying to think how they sound.
Oh man, god dang.
I'm gonna have some pigs at the house maybe later this year.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna come over to your pig pen. Squeal like a pig, bitch.
Show you my bacon stick.
Oh, wouldn't that be?
Anyways, what about Diddy?
Wouldn't that be cannibalism? Oh, Diddy.
Diddy the diddler.
Yeah, I know. They call me Diddy at work.
Hey, Diddy.
Oh,
Hey, Diddy.
Gosh.
No, it's wild. I'm like, he is,
You don't
everybody's
hear
labeling
nothing.
him as the
Diddler.
Epstein of fucking rap culture or fucking
or
rap
the
culture in
entertainment
general.
industry.
Yeah.
I'm.
It's fucking wild.
But what have you heard about it lately?
Nothing.
Yeah, why? Because Trump.
Because they're trying
Trump.
to give him
They're trying to get him out. Is what they're doing.
what?
All
Trying to
them
get Diddy out?
Yeah, all them crooked politicians. I'm sure they are left wing
sure.
motherfuckers. I'm sure they're trying to emphasize all their focus on this DOGE and all this shit and how Trump's a bigot.
But everybody's speculating he has tons and tons of videos of all kinds of stuff. I like watching the memes of Justin Bieber. He's like, what'd he do
You
to
see
Bieber?
Justin Bieber lately?
Yeah, he looks rough.
Shaved head, fucking bags under his eyes. Looks like he's all doped up. Oh man,
Money to do that to you.
yeah. Well, not that. I think all this shit with Diddy is doing it to him.
Broken his heart and
Yeah.
his butthole.
Yeah, and his mouth. Did you see that one video of him in a club and he stood up and apparently he was blowing whoever back when he was young?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. He might have been 18,
Wow.
and someone started recording.
Wow.
Yeah,
But we won't ever hear anything about
He
it.
was kneeled down directly in front of a rapper, like, and then stood up, turned around, and leaned over to the camera person, and then the video stopped. It's like,
That's something I've always wondered. So
And Diddy's just standing there smiling. Yeah. Look, my boy Bieber down here
Yeah.
giving Meek Mill's head.
say my name, bitch.
Yeah, good job, Beeb.
Yeah. But no, speaking of all these, all gay insinuation of everything, or transvestites, or any of that culture, all the shows, not all the shows I watch, but a large number of almost every show that you see,
Every
whether
commercial.
it be Game of Thrones or anything that's real major mainstream, there's always gay interactions to the extreme. Like, you see everything but insertion,
Yeah.
just about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is
Let's
this actual history? Like, I know there's record of, obviously the Catholic Church has always had a history of
With little boys.
ever since probably the fabrication of the church itself.
Yeah.
But is history full of gay people?
I think so.
Man on man stuff?
Yeah.
Like, I hear a lot of stories from
Well,
a
you
lot
see-
of veterans with the whole Afghani boys.
Yeah.
Like, they would just run trains on them. They were like fucking pets almost. And a lot of veterans talk about that shit, how it was like basically not reported. That's how the Afghans were. I don't know what certain group of people, but they pass boys around like they're fucking,
Candy.
towels. Like, oh, I need a towel. I need to wipe off real quick. Okay. But
Not going to say anything
but
about
all the
towels.
gay stuff, nothing wrong with gay people. But is history written correctly, or are they depicting it correctly, where there was guy on guy and girl on girl since the dawn of man? I've always wondered that. Like, how accurate is this?
But you look back to some old paintings and drawings and scribblings and
Yeah, right.
walls and Egyptian stuff, and you see gay stuff there.
Yeah.
So yes, I do think it's always been there. I don't think it's been to the level it's at now. I don't think it was. Now it's trying to be normalized, right? It was more taboo then than it is now, obviously.
But was it, or was it an open thing and it was just
I think
like,
it's taboo to the masses,
like,
right?
if I'm a pharaoh and I'm like, I'm tired of my wife, bring me 3 boys.
Yeah.
Was it only powers that, high power ranking people that
Probably.
had, limitless everything?
Well, I mean, you look at John Holmes. I mean,
Who's John Holmes?
come on, man.
Remind me.
The porn star.
I don't remember him. I know his picture.
Fucking. They made the movie Boogie Nights after him.
Mm-mm.
Remember Boogie Nights?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, I remember.
The main character.
I'm a star.
What? Yeah. What's his name? Marky Mark.
Mark
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
He had so much that he couldn't even do it for him anymore.
Yeah.
So then he started fucking dudes, and then it was something fresh and new, and then he went to gay porn.
Mm-hmm.
But that's essentially what happened. He just
I heard it pays more.
Yeah, it does.
I heard.
But he just got bored, right? And so yeah, I'm sure people in power like that who's had the whole town's women, like all of them, and at that point you're like, bring that boy over here. Let's see what that does.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, this is something, a whole new world. Mm-hmm. Let's go down this alley now.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah, it's a whole new hole. But
it won't be after I get done.
Oh man, I seen this meme the other day. It had AOC, and it said, "I don't even know why guys are gay because women have buttholes too."
The fuck? I was like, yeah, you're talking out of it right now.
I thought to myself, God dang, that sounds just like something she would say though. Just so fucking clueless. Like, we have buttholes too. Oh man, but yeah, dude.
I was just randomly thinking about that since we're talking.
But
about
yeah, I'm
shit.
pretty
I was
sure the people that actually did it, besides the people like Brokeback Mountain, like how that movie was depicted with the 2 dudes doing it in secret and whatever, obviously because it's taboo,
right?
And they're pores and they can't do nothing about it. I'm sure the people in power were the ones just embracing that lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here we are, modern day Diddy, right? And
I just wonder if history just continued to repeat itself with
I'm sure
all that stuff. That's why I'm basically circling back and around.
I'm
thinking
sure
all this,
but we have way more in power now than back then, right? Because back then there was only a select few. This king and queen,
capitalism's terrible for
right. But nowadays you have way more people with power, money, right? Money's power, and money's the root of all evil. So obviously,
right.
Way more now empowered than back then. So I'm sure now it's run rampant, and that's why like Epstein and this whole Diddy thing and all this shit is sees a shining of limelight, but it's not the full light. It's not ever going to be shown or put on it, right? Because it's way too many people involved. And I think politicians and There's all kinds of corrupt motherfuckers that's involved with all that shit that's helped keeping it suppressed.
Right.
100%.
Speaking of that, did you ever finish House of Cards?
No.
Did you ever get into it?
We started to and then got
Because
sidetracked.
I don't. I want to round it up what we were just talking about. But if you haven't gotten that far yet, then I ain't gonna say
No,
nothing.
go for it. I don't care.
No. You gotta watch it because
Okay.
you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
I gotta watch it. I think the last episode we saw was when he was reelected.
Okay. The second season?
I don't know.
Or was he elected president?
He
Or was he a senator still?
He was elected president.
Okay.
And that's so maybe it's second season. What are they on 8?
I don't remember.
It's a lot. It's a lot more than where I'm at.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got sidetracked in life on the whole cruise ship. I don't know where.
He was remodeling the West End.
Yeah.
He had a second basketball court going in for the help. I mean, soccer field.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say get it right.
Sorry.
Be culturally correct.
Yeah.
Which we are hiring, by the way.
Taking applications.
Half of them have been deported.
Yeah.
No.
Who's gonna cut my lawn? I don't know. The other guy.
The other guy. Yeah, I think all that shit's silly and how people are getting away with, doing all the dumb shit they're doing in our country. I hope we put a stop to all that.
But if anything comes of the next 4 years, I would like to have credibility put on our money and exactly how it's being spent.
Yeah, 100%.
If I had to pick one thing out of the presidency, it would be that, because I think that will dissolve a lot of financial issues in our country.
Yeah. And, I was talking to someone today, and, our local government agency here in Georgia has been spying into the bank accounts of their own employees and subcontractors.
I haven't seen that.
And there's a lawsuit right now in the city of Atlanta because of that. And good, because they thought this person doesn't fit with our ideology. Let's look in his bank account and see if we can find any dirt on him. Well, he's clean. But guess what? They were caught, and now there's a lawsuit. And good.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck our local officials for doing
Speaking
that.
of Atlanta, there's, you may have seen it, headlines, Fox, ABC, all our local news channels. First black shopping center in Atlanta. First black American shopping center in Atlanta. And I'm like, one, this is stupid. We're putting a label on it as being black shopping center. I get it. If this is the first black one, hooray. Okay, Atlanta has been democratically black controlled for over the last 30 years. Somebody should be looking into that some. Your own, if we have to put race upon someone succeeding financially, business-wise, whatever.
That goes along with that whole narrative again with the government putting their hand in equality, this and that.
If it's the first one, there's a problem with the local government if this is the first one, because there's plenty of rich black people in Atlanta, I promise you.
Yeah, no shit.
I've met quite a few of them.
Yeah.
And it just drives me nuts that they put that narrative out there.
Yeah. Well, they have to, right? Because then that's just going to get...
It's clickbait. It's fucking... It's all that shit. I'm like, let's stop putting labels on people and just be happy for someone succeeding in business.
Yeah. 2 Chainz, not 2 Chainz. Lil Wayne just put out. He released. He's putting out a Carter 6.
Okay.
Hell yeah. And he. It was funny because looking at that, I saw this other video where he was on Jimmy Kimmel with 2 Chainz, and they were talking about, how'd you guys meet? Oh, well, blah, blah, blah. 2 Chainz was the dope man that shows up to the studio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I thought that was funny. I was like, oh.
So can I buy some weed?
Yeah, here we are. And that was here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Shout out 2 Chainz. Dope man.
Sidetrack.
Yeah.
When you worked at Finley, I don't think he was, what's his name? One of the other owners, younger guy, Tony. Was Tony there with you?
Tony was
he might have
there,
been a salesman.
He wasn't an owner.
Yeah, so me and Tony became quote-unquote friends, business friends. And I was randomly talking to him one day. He's like, yeah, I used to mix music. and he mixed like 2 tracks for 2 Chainz, randomly.
Yeah.
That guy, that straight laced kind of white guy.
Yeah.
Look, he was mixing music. He's like, yeah, I used to go to music festivals. Just a little side thing I was thinking of. I was like,
That's
that's
cool.
that's kind of random.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was like, why'd you get out of it? He's like, well, me and my girlfriend, now wife at the time, we were leaving the studio one night, and we got robbed
Hell yeah.
by another artist.
Huh.
And I'm like, oh, interesting.
Well, maybe this isn't the life for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he said, he's like, I wrapped it up after that. He's like, I couldn't deal with it.
It was 1 chain.
Yeah.
He didn't have 2
He was
yet.
trying to get a second one.
Yeah, he didn't have 2 yet. So he's like, oh, I'm going to go out and rob. I'm going to hit a lick and get the second chain, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then he met Lil Wayne the next day.
And then he met Lil Wayne.
Sold him 1 chain.
Yeah, sold him one.
Robbed him once he sold him some weed.
Some weed, yeah. It was highway robbery.
Speaking of
when he
weed,
sold the weed
do you
for.
smell weed on the cruise ship? Is it more open?
No, it is not. It's strictly prohibited, but we
Okay.
did smell it.
I was
We
just
did smell
curious.
it quite a few
You
times.
know, because there's, the prohibition phase of weed
Yeah.
kind of thing right now, phasing out.
We saw comedians. We saw a lot of comedians. Man, they were funny too.
Yeah.
One of the times we walked up to the stage and sat down right at the stage, and the comedian interacted with us almost the whole show. It was fun.
Nice.
Said we had an upside down pineapple table.
Nice.
It was a funny story, and we just laughed and
Rolled with it.
high-fived and rolled with it. Then after the fucking show, had a lady and her husband come up to me and say, "Are you Polly?" No, I'm Sean. I fucking not.
Hold on, like, fuck yeah, we are.
And she says, "No, like, are you and your wife Polly?" I was like, and she said the upside down pineapple. And I was like, no.
That's funny.
That was part of his.
Are they a good looking couple at least?
No. So that was part of his bit. We just rolled with it and joked with it, and and she was like, "Fair enough, I get that. Okay, well, we're swingers, and we just heard that, and we're always got our ear open." And I was like, "Cool, well, good luck." And I turned around and walked off. And Charlene and the other couple that we were at dinner mates with, we went to the shows, quite a few of them together, and we were all sitting together.
Mm-hmm.
They were still standing there talking to the comedians. So I went back over there and told them, and they all started laughing. Like, "Are you serious? Who?" And I told my wife, I was like, "The lady right there in the white dress," and her husband. She was like, "Oh, no.
Not tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Not tonight, we're not, but tomorrow night."
Yeah.
They were trying to bust up our foursome, is what it was.
Ah.
They wanted to sick some.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had fun, man. It
So
was
we
a
go back
blast.
and play some 2 Chainz.
Yeah, ever heard some choo choo, motherfucker? All right, you 3 over there, us 3 over here. We're gonna have 3 something here, y'all.
Yeah. In the corner.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, we had a good time, man, and that shit. Oh man, that was funny. I had to
If
share
we go on
that.
our cruise, we're taking all kinds of pineapples with us. That's so when I fuck with people.
Dude, I'm telling you, you will be hit up. That is for sure.
I bet you hit up like an old folks cruise. I bet you be getting fucked with all
That's
the
what
time.
I'm saying. There were so many scooters riding around on this
Really?
motherfucker. Yeah, and like, when we got to Honduras,
Yeah. 2
Honduras.
large pizzas.
Montego Bay in Honduras, we went to the beach and we were out in the water and we talked to people. Oh, speaking of which, politically correct, or the correct terminology for New Orleans is New Orleans, not Nolans.
It is Nolans.
No, it is not. They said everyone local there does not say Nolans at all. And I was talking to
Not from the people I've met from New Orleans.
New Orleans. You were talking to
Was it?
people at the bottom of the swamp.
Gotcha.
They don't know
live by
how. They talk that gibberish talk, that damn crawfish.
Ebonics.
Yeah, but
Cajun.
but yeah, Cajun talk. There you go. But no, they said only out of towners say Nolans. And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah, no
they
one.
have a twang to it. They're like New Orleans.
No, nobody in New Orleans says New Orleans. Yeah. So I was like, okay. But we were talking to them. They did it back to back, 7 days, 7 days. And I was like, no shit.
That'd
So
be
while they
rough.
were on the cruise, they got one of these crazy fucking offers, probably $200. So they just stayed on the fucking cruise, and literally they did not have to get off the ship. I told Charlene, that's gonna be us when we retire.
Mhm.
It's straight up gonna be us.
You can't live on land for that cheap.
No, you
Food-wise.
can't vacation. That's why I told her. I was like, even if we did another one and we didn't get off the boat and do anything, we just sat on the boat, laid out, tanned, and fucking played
Chilled.
played in the fucking casino. Maybe we would have hit 11 grand. Fucking motherfucker. But yeah, it's been a blast, man.
Right.
So
I don't know if I could do back like that.
I fucking could. Wait till you go on one when you're fresh off. You're like, yeah, I can. Fuck this work shit. Because this week was rough for me, dude.
I bet.
Rough. Day one was rough.
But you also drove, what, 6 hours there? 6 hours
7.
back?
7.5. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of sucked.
Mm-hmm. Right before it fucking, or right after it snows in Louisiana.
Yes. And,
Nolans.
Yeah, Nolans. So when we were driving down there, like one side of the road still wasn't completely, it was thawing out, but icing back up because it was still real fucking cold. Mm-hmm. So it was like the left lane was wet. So I just kept getting in the middle lane to the right lane because the sun was so bright, it was all shiny. Mm-hmm. And you could see piles of ice on the side of the road still in that left lane. I was like, I don't know if any of that shit's water or ice. I'm not playing this shit. And then we missed the cruise.
Bitch.
Yeah, so I got over in a slow lane, and then once we got through it, I got back over.
Better than Wyoming.
Hell yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, it was a good time, and now I'm back to the grind.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways.
But yeah, we'll eventually make it back out there sometime. Maybe.
Hell, we can go in soon, bitch.
If you're paying, let's go.
Yeah, I got it. My parents got it.
Your payroll's cut in half now, so you should have tons of money left over.
Yeah, I don't have to pay.
Groundskeepers, pool keepers.
Yeah, I sure do miss Jose.
I thought Mario was your favorite.
No, Francisco. Oh. He was.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was his specialty?
Rubbing to
tater salad.
Oh man. All right, what's in this bitch?
All right.
We're at an hour and 40 minutes. Damn.
Okay. Hour and 30 minutes too long.
Yeah, no shit. It was like, all I got out of that was they're fucking racist.
They're racist and they're gay.
Yeah.
Bunch of gays.
And they want to fuck each other.
What's your best Trump impersonation?
I've never tried to.
Try Trump. I want to hear your Trump.
Oh my God.
Let's hear it. Let's turn an illegal rant. Illegals.
We're going to make... I can't do it. We're going to make this country great again. It's going to be the best out there. We're going to deport all these... No. I can't. Because I'm going to say something stupid, and we are going to be canceled for real. I was just about to say...
We're already there.
I was about to say something bad. Yeah. No,
all these Mexicans need to get going. We need the Mexicans.
So, your turn. I can't do Trump.
God bless America. Oh, Trump? Let me think for a second.
Let's go, bitch. They don't want to wait all day.
I'm done.
No.
These Mexicans. They're rapists. They're stealing our black jobs. They used to be lovely black jobs. Now there's no black jobs. What the fuck's a black job?
I don't know. But we're going to make black jobs again.
Great.
We're going to bring black jobs back again.
We're going to make the blacks healthy. We got RFK.
We've got great blacks here.
Yeah, the blacks, they're great.
Yeah, they are the
Browns,
people.
They're okay too, but you know, we got to send them back.
Oh, gosh.
The Greyhound, the Mexicans, they're all gone.
Yeah, they're on a Greyhound. On the Greyhound. We're going to send them right back.
To the blacks.
Right back. Over there. When you think about them trying to twist that shit with Elon, when he was like, my heart to you.
Dude, his enthusiasm during inauguration just fucking tripped me out.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
giddy.
Yes.
But I was like, you know, more power. I love that he was so happy.
Yeah.
Because that's the most I've ever seen him smile.
Yeah.
That's probably the most we'll ever see him smile.
And it was authentic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He was just happy.
And too many people were like trying to twist that shit. Well, then I seen a meme like that same day of all the left side doing some sort of
just like that. Like obviously not straight arm, like
right, yeah. But it's
but they're fucking waving. Yes, he was enthusiastic about it. I don't think he looked more into it than people are reading into it. Or he was like, he was just fucking in the moment.
Or
he's being a fucking troll.
He's that smart and he was being a troll. just because he knew people would fucking take his heartfelt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's one or the other because he's a very fucking smart dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
And they caught another fucking robot. They caught another rocket. Did you watch the second one they
No.
caught? Oh goddamn! It's so impressive just watching it.
Really?
I get like chills. I'm like, this is so fucking cool. Like the nerd side of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, I don't know, but I can imagine how difficult it is. Shoot a rocket fucking up, make it come back down in one fucking piece, and catch the bitch in air.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Just the fundamentals. Like I can't remember my brain around it, but I'm like, that's just amazing engineering wise.
Yeah. Yep.
And the computers, the engineers, everything. I know
Program.
there's not millions, but thousands of people that worked on this project.
Millions of components, though.
Yes, but the science behind it just fascinates the shit out of me. Catch a rocket fucking flying in air and just got it.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
We got it. Good. Power down.
And it took a private company to do it. And it proves that the bureaucratic bullshit behind the government just does not work at all. Yeah. And that's a wrap, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Enjoyed it.
Oh.
Oh.